Mary, nice to have you on Ameyaw TV.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So what motivated you to start Storytime with Mary?
So my main motivation to start it is that I have two very young children. They're 2 and 4. And personally, I've been at home since the 13th of March. That's coming on to 3 months. I've been at home with a 2 and a 4-year-old, and I'm working full time. So I've been trying to educate them. I've been working full time, trying to be the play hostess, everything. And I realized that I'm sure a lot of working moms and working parents, caregivers are also struggling with this. So I decided to set this up in this digital age to help other parents just to, read a bedtime story to their children. If they don't have access to the books, they don't have access to time, which is really precious at the moment, just to help them out. So that's why I started it.
Great.
So it's aimed at the preschool years, so early years, so up to 5 years, so before they start formal education.
Great. And is this group the most difficult to handle? Because I sort of have one as well, and I think it's even easier when they're at the stage where they can speak, and so they can say something, and at least what they want. But it's not particularly the case when you don't even understand them. How do you cope with that? Yeah, in general.
It's difficult. So my youngest is 2. She's actually turning 3 in July, and we were a bit concerned that she wasn't speaking early enough and some challenges. But honestly, since I've been at home and since I've been reading to her a lot, I've realized that actually it's helping her to understand words, and she's speaking so much more. And there's a lot of research that says that at that very young age, when they're struggling to learn to speak, if you read books to them, it helps them to develop their communication skills. It helps them to hear words, see what they look like on the paper, and just to start to recognize some of those words. So I found that reading has been a catalyst for her speaking.
Mary, so currently the majority of the educational system in Ghana is traditional bricks and mortar. How do you see Storytime with Mary complementing this?
Yeah, so that's one of the challenges that we actually discovered within COVID, not just in Ghana, but globally, that a lot of children, they do spend a lot of time in school, but us as parents, we also rely on the educational system to educate our children. And having, obviously not having the children in school for 3 months has taught us a really valuable lesson that we need to support the educational system to educate our own children. And the world is becoming so much more digital. Things are changing. I've been working from home for 3 months using technology, and we need to embrace this technology to also teach our children. So I think that, working with parents to help them to, just read to their kids, I think it's a really great support system for the educational system that we have.
Storytime with Mary, how does it work? Is it a platform people have to sign on, or they just have to follow you on social media? How does it work?
Yeah, sure. So we have a YouTube channel, and if you just search Storytime with Mary on YouTube, you'll find us. It's free. It's completely free service. We're not charging any money for it. I just take the books and I read to the children. So, what we're asking parents to do is just to log on. We also have a website where you can access all of our videos, and it's called storytimewithmary.online. So you're able to access all of our videos through either our YouTube channel or our website, and it's completely free.
And are you open to partnerships if it helps to achieve your goals? Because I believe already there are some examples of people trying to bring early learning to kids and a number of platforms that may already exist. Are you open to partnerships, and what would you be looking out for in those kinds of partnerships?
Definitely open to partnerships. So this is a new initiative that we started just a month ago. We're really open to partnerships and any help that anyone wants to give us. So one of the things that we're open to is that I'm reading books, and we don't have limitless resources, and we need access to more books to read to the children. So if anybody is an author or has access to children's books, we would love to partner with you to read your books. We're also open to partnering with other people that also want to work with us to enhance the experience that we're giving to children.
So when choosing a book to read, what informs your decision?
I'm choosing books that are aimed at early years children. At the moment, we've been reading books that really we have available to us in our home. And, every time I go out, I buy a new book for the children. But I really want to start reading more global books. When we're appealing to children from all over the world, this is the internet, so anyone can log in and look at it. We've had people logging in from Mexico. I don't know anyone in Mexico. We've had people logging in from Indonesia, lots of different places, just reading along with us. So I'll be happy to get books from all over the world. I'm really particularly excited about reading Ghanaian books. So we have some Anansi stories that I want to read. That my dad has been reading Anansi stories to the children, and I'm dying for the borders to open so I can get some more books.
And since this initiative started during the COVID era, when it ends, how do you look forward to continuing, if it will continue?
Definitely continuing. I only see this growing because reading is such an important foundation for small children. So it's not something that we need to stop. We can continue. It's just about finding the time and making sure that we make it sustainable and just continuing to read to kids. Reading to kids is one of the most important things that we can do for our children to help them with their communication skills.
Great. So 1 month in, what would success look like for you in terms of this whole initiative?
So for me, success would be, to have all of the parents, the grandparents, the aunties and uncles subscribing to our channel and just reading to their little people. All we want to do is to help little children to develop their skills. So their social skills, their communication skills, and just their ability to function in the world going forward, basically, because this is the foundation that we can give them. So for me, success is having everybody subscribe to our channel and just reading with their little children.
Great. Thank you very much, Mary. But before we go off, I just want you to give me some few tips to parents who are sort of clueless within this period, how to engage with their children generally.
So in general, I've had to make sure that I make time within my day, within my working day, to engage with my children. So in the morning, we've been teaching our 4-year-old how to write. So in the past 3 months, she's learned to write her name. She's learned to write, a few words. So we make time every single morning for about an hour. We sit down and we do our writing lessons. Throughout the day, we do some play activities. So we'll do some painting or some other exercises. And in the evening, we'll read a book. We always read a book in the evening. But you have to make time. That's the only challenge. It can be easy just to leave them to get on with it. You have to make the time.
All right. Thank you very much, Mary. I wish you all the best with the project. And of course, we'll always be here to support whichever way we can.
Thank you. And make sure that you yourself with your small child, you subscribe to our YouTube channel as well and read along with Mary.
We will.